Hello and welcome to the United Community Channel. My name is Jack and this is your match reaction. Spurs 4, United 3. United are out of the Carabao Cup after a quarter-final stage and a really, really weird game, to be quite honest with you. Again, the players are still on the pitch. Beinder's giving out. Onana is out backing him up, giving out to the referee about the goal. But we've got the boys on as usual. Chris is on, Ben is on and Desi is there as well. To get their opinions. I won't keep you long, fellas. We'll get into it. We'll get the hell out of here. Chris, you're on my direct left. So tell me what you thought, what you made of it.
Good fight. I mean, howlers by both goalkeepers. I mean, that's why they're both number 2 goalkeepers. But I mean, I like the fact that we fought at the end. I mean, we didn't put our heads down. We didn't like just crawl into a hole. We came out, and I mean, again, you look at Ahmad when he's on the field, he pressures all over the place. You think anybody else on the team would be pressuring Forrester on that ball, like in making a sliding kind of block? You know, I mean, somebody may have pressured, but they wouldn't have gone at the intensity that he goes at. So I think that's just shows who he is and what he wants, and that's why he plays. You know.
Yep, absolutely. Ben, give me your thoughts on it. Obviously, look, disappointed to be out of a cup competition, but you know, is it a bit of kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, where you know Amram can get more, I suppose, minutes on the training ground now?
Yeah, definitely. Well, he said it before the game, didn't he? What his priorities are. It was a Premier League, and like I say, Europe's going to be priority. It's good for like Europe getting minutes.
Played well.
Got to look at the positives like that, haven't you? He's done well. Come in. We didn't start our strongest team. They started their strongest team and put up a fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Last season we were doing, what, 5-6 now?
Well, a couple of months ago, fucking 4-0. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Desi, give me your thoughts on it. Are you more disappointed to be out, or is it a bit of a relief? Or, you know, I don't know, the performance wasn't great. What's your overall opinions on it?
Desi, do you paint that beard on?
No. I'd be jealous, Chris.
Hey, Chris is jealous. Yeah.
I'd have your hair if I'll give you the beard. Am I disappointed? I'm always disappointed when United lose. But I'm not going to be too negative. I think on another day with the right starting lineup, we beat them all day. I was really positive going into the game, Jack, but when I seen the lineup, I was like, oh,
yeah,
maybe not so. I think we were still in the game at 1-0. Could have been 1-1, maybe 2-1 to us. I wouldn't say I'm too disappointed. I'm still liking what I'm seeing on the pitch.
Absolutely.
I don't think Fraser Foster watched our match reaction last week because he would have seen how eager I was on Ahmad's pressing. It's incredible.
It is absolutely.
Fair play to him. Look, we're out. It's not a big thing to worry about. I think there's better things to come.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris, is it a kind of a? I have this kind of running through my head. Is it a scenario now where, right, we've done the whole winning the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. You know, I'm not saying that we don't want to win them competitions again, because of course we do. But is it maybe a little bit, I think specifically, is it a little bit refreshing to see Amram going, I don't really give a fuck about this. I just want us to play well, improve, you know, and take the big games when they come, you know, the Premier League games, the Europa League games. You know, he's desperate to win the Premier League. He said that's his priority before the game. It's definitely a change in mentality, I think, from what we're used to with Eric Ten Hag, whether that be a good way or a bad way. I don't think it's either or. I think it's just different. But what's your thoughts on that in general?
No, I like it. I mean, let's be honest. And not that Ten Hag's a bad manager or whatnot, but if you watch the major teams, they prioritize what they want to win. I mean, they want to win the Prem, they want to win the Champions League or Europa, and then the FA, and then the Carabao Cup. I mean, yeah, it's always nice to put silverware in it, but it's kind of like fool's gold almost, because you're going to celebrate winning the Carabao Cup, but then when you get slaughtered everywhere else, it doesn't. You know, it doesn't mean too much. I mean, to Spurs, it means a lot more because they have nothing in their cabinet.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's, and I understand that. And don't get me wrong. If they win, that's great for them. But I don't think it's where we are right now. I don't think this is not the priority at this point. I think the priority, like Amarin said at the beginning, was we need to climb the table. I mean, if he would have, like what Desi said, if he would have put out the same lineup that he had, or something very, very similar to what we had against City, then you know what the priorities are. I mean, you look at, I mean, even Chelsea, when they had to go play in Kazakhstan or something, there's only like 3 first team players in the traveling squad.
Yeah.
I mean, granted they won, but you understand what the priority is at that point, and I think you have to rest guys. Bournemouth is not an easy game on Sunday.
No, absolutely
So,
not.
I mean, even though it's at Old Trafford, it's not an easy game. We have to come out with our best foot forward, and I think that he showed that he's getting ready for Sunday.
Yep, absolutely. Ben, I mean, talking about maybe individual performances, I think, what a signing Ugarte has been. I've been so impressed with him, specifically the last time. Chris is delighted as well. I'll go back to you after I ask Ben, Chris. Fucking hang on, will you? What a signing, Ben.
Yeah, well, we said that, didn't we? It's a new Casemiro, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's what we've been lacking, it's what we've been asking for. It's just come straight in and fitting in, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been so impressed with him. I can't go over it. Desi, I mean, obviously he's the main standout for me there tonight. I thought again. I mean, Mazraoui reminds me of Dennis Irwin of fucking 30 years ago, 25 years ago. It's just 7 out of 10 every single week, 7 or 8 out of 10 every single week. But Ugarte surely the standout there again tonight.
Yeah, I mentioned last week about Ahmad wanting the Zoya Jack.
Yeah.
And those 2 players that you just spoke about as well, they're the same boat.
Hmm.
And that's why you see it every game. It's the same player, it's the same attitude, it's the same performance, because wanting the Zoya to play for the team. Like he's brilliant at putting out for us. Fair play to Chris, and I probably wouldn't have heard of Anram, and I'm not blowing smoke up his hole here, but he made that shit a long time ago, and then when I heard of him and I went on and watched some of his stuff, like, look, we're in a good place, Jack. Despite that result tonight,
Yeah.
I still think we're really in a good place. Things are going in the right direction. We have the right man at the helm, and he's takes no shit. We've already seen that, and that's a good thing to have going forward. And these players will stay, the likes of Mazraoui and Ugarte, Ahmad, and we're going to see a lot of changes, and hopefully for the better.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris, I mean, to pick it up from there, like obviously with Ugarte, fantastic. And I do agree with everything Desi says there. I think the recruitment in the summer has been fantastic. And all of a sudden, you're bringing in probably 4 out of the 5 players you brought in are really, really good players with good mentalities and, want to play for United and want to win and, doing things the right way. And Ugarte, for me, over the last couple of games, has been the standout of them all. I'm sure you agree.
Yeah, I mean, I put him and Mazraoui at the same. I mean, they're right there. I mean, I think that, and I'll be honest with you, if you watch from when they started to get their time in their game, I mean, because even Ten Hag, he was not playing Ugarte regularly, and he was sitting up and everything like that. But now it's like it's contagious what him and Ahmad and Mazraoui do. You start to see guys put more pressure and put, even Martinez and everybody, stepping up into the midfield and pressing and everything like that. You have to do it. And I think Amarin is hammering that home. Everybody has to step in, and you can't play in space. You have to play a man. So you have to take the passes away. You have to make him play over the top. That's what he wants, because he wants to win the ball over the top. He wants you to play longer. I mean, don't get me wrong. Will we get beat by that a couple of times here and there? Yes. But at the same time, oh, jeez.
Bring him back. Please bring him back.
I don't even know where he's at. I think he's back in Argentina now. But I mean, you have to. I mean, you have to like what you see with the effort and everything like that. And I mean, if I could see Garnacho put the effort that Ahmad puts in, like it'd be magic, to be honest with you. He just needs to be able to do. He needs to do that. He needs to see it and say, okay, I need to do that. I mean, I need to play that way, and I mean, I don't care if he runs himself out in 50 minutes or,
Yeah.
5 minutes into the next half, he has to come off. But if he puts in a shift like that and runs himself out, I can't complain about that.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
it's and you look at that and you go there and I think even Delict. I mean, Delict's 1-2 is I would rank the second best signing because he's a rock. And I mean, I'll be honest, on that goal the second goal the third goal that they scored, Slanky scored. I don't think Delict gives him that space that Johnny Evans does.
No, absolutely not. No.
And so
that is down to age. We won't have any bad words about Johnny Evans.
No, I'm not. No, he scored a goal. I mean, I'm a Johnny Evans fan, but that's what happens when you have you're long in the tooth like that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's an unfortunate thing, and Binder making a mess of it. The corner, like he was moving towards to come get the cross before the ball even got hit.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
does anybody think that it shouldn't not been allowed?
No, it's his fault.
No.
You think it shouldn't have been allowed, Desi?
Yeah, sure. He stops his left hand from going up.
Oh,
Listen, he could do a whole lot better. I agree. But if VAR was in that game,
it's probably overturned.
Way to overturn it.
Not the way we go with VAR, it doesn't get overturned. We don't get shit like that.
Yeah.
If you're Allison or you're Ederson, maybe yes, but not us.
Yeah, I have a sticking point when it comes to goalkeepers as well. I think they're way overprotected, to be honest with you. But anyway, I digress.
I agree there, Jack. Like you said, get your elbow stuck into it.
Get
your goalkeeper,
stuck
just
in
do
there,
it.
exactly.
The kid's 19 years old.
Yeah, but I mean, goalkeepers can reach higher than anyone else on the pitch. You know what I mean? Yeah. Get up there, start hitting lads, start elbowing lads. I'd be standing on the back of lads' heels while they're just about to jump. All of these kind of things, and you get away with it as a goalkeeper. So yeah, I mean it's embarrassing.
I put it on Binder because he kind of like Onana on that and on the goal a couple of weeks ago where he took a step in it. When Morgan Gibbs White hit that ball and he didn't make he was already going the other way before he even shot it. So it's like, I think Binder he's trying to be overzealous at that point, and he got caught.
Yeah,
and it's just
one of them things, right? Let me get through some of the comments here. We'll see what people are saying. Let me see. What have we got here? Dylan says no big loss. Daryl says Binder is shite. Dylan says, to be honest, happy we're out, honestly, but you can see the fighting spirit. Finn says, don't want to see Binder getting piled in on. Give the kid a chance. Yeah, look, I mean, it's probably easy just to jump on him, the fact that he never plays, and when he does, then he has a stinker of a game. But yeah, it wasn't.
We'd say the same thing about Onana, though.
We would. Of course we would. Yeah, of course we would. We're not going to call him a dickhead or anything like that. It's we're critiquing his performance. So yeah, it was a bad performance. Keep in mind that the Carabao Cup, no need to be a knight, says Reese. Warren says, poor keeping all around. Only defence I have for Binder is a lack of game time, which is a good point. We haven't mentioned that either. I'm seeing the rest of the season as a good opportunity for adjustmenting. Is that a word? Adjusting and learning. Real work starts in the summer, right? There we go. Happy days. Our defence very poor. Well, again, look, I don't think our defence is very poor. I thought Lenny Yaro played really well tonight.
I think Martinez had an off game.
He had an off game. I don't think Lindelof done nothing wrong before he got injured, really, either. You know what I mean? So
he must be hanging out on Mason Mount.
Yeah, maybe so. Two of them are. I won't even finish that sentence. Dylan says he's no good to be United goalkeeper. Worse than Lindegaard fella we had about 10 years ago. D says Spurs resorting to absolute blouse performances to try and see the game out because they couldn't handle our tempo. We need to get D on one of these lives. I swear to God. I just wanted to come on. D, just come on live and just start shouting and roaring here, will ya? Ray says, hey guys, I actually thought we played really well. At least they never dropped their heads. The goalies were shocking. I hope they recover from that game. Amram was laughing his head off with big flange afterwards. Let me see, who else have we got down here? Let's try to get to someone who we haven't read out. Stephen says, did Ten Hag pick the team? A shocking selection from the start. You got to rotate, man. You've got to rotate.
I'll be honest. If I have any comments about it, I mean, I think Xerxes should have started ahead of Hoyland today.
Maybe so, yeah. Maybe
because
so.
I'll be honest, when Xerxes did come on, and you know me, I'm not the biggest fan, but I think he would have held the ball up better like he did in the second half against than Hoyland did. I mean, Hoyland maybe is a little leggy from playing as much as he has. I think if you're going to rotate, I think Xerxes should have started and brought Hoyland on in the second half. You know, I mean, that's probably my only big critique.
Is there a small concern that we've conceded so quickly again after the half? We've seen that a lot under Ten Hag.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe that's some of the mentality of the older players creeping back in a little bit.
They were just lax. I mean, they came out and we were lax with the ball. We were giving the ball up, and we weren't fighting. And maybe that's why Ugarte got pulled off, because maybe, I mean, he ran himself out. He ran himself out against City, and today he got 55 minutes. So maybe it was a little. Maybe we were stretching that one out a little bit. But
yeah, maybe so.
I mean, also you had Eriksson on, and you had, I mean, it's just. But again, we rallied back from that.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see, what have we got? Dylan has asked you to pick your man of the matches. Go on, Chris, while you're there.
Ugarte.
Desi?
Ugarte as well, yeah.
Chris? Or Ben?
It's a full house, Ugarte again.
It ain't a full house, lads. I'm giving it to this lad. Just to be a little different. I think Ugarte was brilliant. But
played well.
I'm delighted with how he played. Yeah, I have to say, some of the tackles he put in, his positioning, his timing of tackles was top notch. So I'm going to give it
smooth to too. He's very smooth.
Yeah, he is. Whoa, what happened there? Why is Ben on his own? What the fuck is going on? All right, we'll leave it there, lads. I appreciate you watching and listening and tuning in. And lads, thanks for coming on as always. I do appreciate it. We'll have a quick turnaround before the Bournemouth game, so I'm sure I'll see you on the weekend. All right?
Yes, sir. See you, boys.
Appreciate it, lads. Thanks a mil. Thanks a lot. Everyone for watching as well, guys. I do appreciate it. Thanks so much. Please smash a like on the video if you haven't done so already. It does help the channel out an awful lot. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Also, guys, on the road to 13,000 subscribers. And we're nearly there, trying to get there before New Year's. So if you can, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with reaction video to today's game, so keep an eye out for that around lunchtime. It'll be a pre-record, so it'll go up. Turn on notifications. You get notified as soon as the video goes up on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Have a good evening. I'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy.